Hey, guys. What up, though? Welcome back to Heart of the Matter podcast, where we discuss issues that matter most to your heart. I'm Sherry J. I'm your host. I'm back again with another episode. We are actually on episode 12. So I'm super excited. Got to clap for myself. And I'm just excited to be here and to talk about another social epidemic, I shall say. This is a rather large issue, especially in our communities, our Black community, especially. And so I like to talk about issues that matter in that type of way. So we're going to be discussing this topic. I like when, if you come on, I would like for you to drop your name or comment or, just say wave or say something so that I can know who's on with me and we can have a great dialogue and discussion. All right. So, if as you can see, I am in my natural. I'm wearing my natural hair. I had some twist in and I posted on Facebook the other day. And I pretty much just all I did was like wash my hair. I plaited it. I parted it like parts were not even, they were not straight. I just parted it and I actually just, twisted my hair up. And this is like the result. It came out really curly. And, after a few days, so I've had this in for like 3 or 4, maybe 5 days. And I was like, you know what, since we're discussing natural versus the baddie kind of woman, why not just wear my natural hair? So here I am, all naturaled up, and I feel good. I think it's good, it turned out good. So Um, I'm waiting on more people to come in, but that does not stop the show. We are going to still keep rolling. All right. So I'm going to be jumping into the topic today. And today's topic on episode 12, the topic is um, more women are actually going natural. Does that mean being a baddie or a bad chick is actually going out of style since we see more women going natural, more women wearing their own hair, more women wearing their own bodies and being comfortable in their skins? Does that mean that we're actually seeing, the baddie kind of situation just, phasing out? I don't know. So that's why we're here to discuss this topic today. So how this topic just started again is with me posting a picture of me and my like twist I had in my hair. And I was like, I went to the store and just didn't have anything on. I was looking like really rugged. I went to the store and my hair was like in twist. And I'm like, I got a bunch of compliments or, guys or whatever. And I was like, And he was like, your hair is so pretty. And I'm like, really? This is pretty, what you're looking at? And it was just plaited up. So I was like, oh my God, what are these people looking? What are men or people looking at? And so it sparked this conversation. And the conversation became, listen, I mean, I was just looking like a plain Jane, as they call it. But, I got a lot of compliments and all this good stuff when I was just looking raggedy to me. And it just sparked the interest in this topic. Like, is being a baddie really all, cracked up to be what people make it to seem like? It's so, oh my God, being a bad bee is the best thing to be. And so that's why this topic came about. So if you're on, hey guys, can you say hi and hello so I'll know who you are? I just want to speak to you guys. But that's how this topic came about. So I just have a few things I was going to talk about. And I was going to have a co-host today who wanted to talk about this topic with me, but she kind of had some like not health issues, but some things going on. And so she's not here. Um, hey bro, how you doing? Merely's on with us. Yay. Who else is here? But okay, so drop a like, comment, or say hello to me. So I was actually just thinking, like why is it so hard for women to embrace their natural bodies, their natural hair, their natural themselves? And I know for me, a lot of times it's harder for me to embrace it because it's like out of the norm. I've been wearing weave and all this stuff, all this artificial stuff for years. It's just really hard for me to kind of go back and be like, I'm just gonna wear my natural hair. But I'm willing to get to embrace it. I'm willing to develop some confidence to embrace it, right? So I think we have to actually first be willing to actually do it. But it's really hard, for me to do it because I haven't worn my natural hair in so many years. And even I had posted a news reporter on my Facebook timeline who actually she actually started wearing her natural hair, right? And she was like, it took a lot of confidence for me to even wear my natural hair. And I was just thinking, like, dang, it's so hard for us as Black women to embrace our natural beauty, to embrace how God created us. It's weird. And a lot of times men, they're like looking at the total opposite. They like, oh, you're beautiful just like that. You don't even need this weave. You don't need no lashes. You don't need nothing. And they love you how you are. But it's us who feel like we're inadequate if we don't have all the artificial things going on. Hey, Tony. And I do want some perspective from the men on here, because I did put like a little survey out, and I asked, did men prefer a natural woman versus a bad B or baddie? And 90% of men said natural. 10% or like 10% said they didn't care. So it just kind of shows that the natural thing, I guess, is kind of, I don't know if it's taken over all the way, but I think it's coming back. I think more women are starting to embrace their natural hair, their natural teeth, no, their natural eyes. They're just not putting on this artificial things any longer. And I think it's really a good thing because we're actually embracing and loving ourselves the way we should be loved. Um, I want to hear from you guys and whoever's on, to say something. So, what do you guys think? Nearly, what do you think, Tony, about the natural thing versus a bad bee? Um, I actually seen a TikTok video, and it was saying that, I guess a guy, he was saying that a lot of pretty women, who I guess consider themselves to be a bad bee or baddie, actually don't get talked to as much. Like they actually surveyed, and they said that a lot of pretty women say they don't get hit on as much as they used to. And what the guy said, the reason for that was that most men are intimidated to come up and talk to a woman who looks who looks so bad. She's made up. She has all she just looks so glamorous that they get intimidated by it. And so a lot of times the most pretty women are single because men just won't approach them because they don't want to get shot down. They don't want their pride to be hurt. And I just thought that made so much sense. So if you are on here, you're a man. Do you have anything to add to this? I want to hear something from you guys too. But I just think that that was really it was really good to hear that, like, because a lot of women are pretty, a lot of pretty women who are single, and that could be the case that you're just too bad for your own good, right? Men are just intimidated, and if the men don't correct me on this or say anything, I'm going to go with it and say that this is what it is. So you're just too bad for your own good, girl. You probably need to just come down a little bit, wear some natural hair, and they're going to be all over you from that point. Cuz listen, hey, I ain't got no input. Let's see. All right. Okay, so merely I said you see I'm sorry, I see that you said natural is best. We know that those made up chicks be all fluff and ego. It's no intimidation. Oh, okay. So you're not intimidated. It's just that you don't want to deal with their egos because they think they're all of that in a bag of chips. Wow, that makes sense too. Okay, that makes sense. Because you know what? When I honestly, to be honest, when I actually put on like my long weave, eyelashes, all this extra stuff, I do kind of feel a little bit like, I ain't gonna say all the way prideful, but I do a little bit feel like, don't, you can't talk to me. I am fine. I look good. Don't even step. You know what I'm saying? I used to feel like that. And I think it does make us feel like that. I wish, is there some women on here that can agree with me? Cause yeah, but that's how I used to feel sometimes. So I can see how it would be an ego thing when you are made up, you got all this makeup on, eyelashes. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. I just think that we should try to embrace our natural selves, and I think it does when you get made up, you feel like, I'm the stuff. And there's nothing wrong with feeling like you're the stuff because you are beautiful. But sometimes it does, our ego does get in the way, like Merely said. And he said that there are headaches to deal with. Their headaches, I guess so, because they're just too much into themselves. So that makes perfect sense. I don't know why they be dogging out the plain Janes, because it's like people be like, women. I see that under posts. Like if two women are getting into the argument, somebody would be like, you know what? Don't even talk to me because you a plain Jane. And I'm like, how did being plain ever become like a cap? Or I don't understand how that ever became something where people are able to just make it something bad because you're plain. I mean, it's nothing wrong with being plain. It's nothing wrong with looking your natural self. I just feel like it's okay. But I honestly feel like this era of being a bad bee is actually gonna be dwindling really soon. I never would take anything away and say there's something wrong with you wearing weave or lashes or wanting to look in a certain way. But I can admit that sometimes when we do get all that stuff kind of does give us a little bit of ego. We are not as humble as we could be when we are, just wearing our natural hair. And, a lot of times probably why we get into it with our men, because we like, do you know who I am? Nigga, I look good. No. But honestly, yes. Um also, um, I think I went over everything so quickly. Do you guys have anything to say? Tony, I ain't heard from you yet. And whoever else is on here, y'all haven't said anything. Are y'all sharing? Can y'all share this for me? I guess because yeah. Um, I knew this wasn't going to be a really popular topic because a lot of women are now getting the BBLs. We're trying. It's so much artificial stuff going on out here that, and I know women like it. We like stuff like that because we like to look good. We like to look a certain way, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But I believe that trying to transition to natural is best, and I also believe that um in society we also haven't been able to wear our natural hair and natural things, because if you have locks, a lot of times your employer, they won't allow you to work. Or if you are a woman and you're trying to wear your natural hair, your employer for many years did not want you to come with your hair in curls because they felt it was unkept or undone. And so society has also made women not want to wear their natural hair and get comfortable in wearing a lot of weaves and artificial things because they didn't accept us for who we were. And so it's a society, and it's also just this bad chick effect or whatever that's going on that got us just thinking that we need weave, we need lashes, we need all this stuff to look any type of way to be of any value. And it's like a fad. Hopefully it ends very soon, but it's a fad that's going on that got us just not even thinking that we're good enough when we wear our natural hair, when we just look plain. It's nothing wrong with being a plain Jane at all. I mean, I think that's the way God created you. You're actually more beautiful when you can look nice, with your own natural self versus having to be made up, because that's really not you. Merely, you said, "Where's the ladies at?" I want to know where the ladies at too. They ain't not on here. They're like, "Listen, we are not discussing this topic." But it's okay. Um, it's still a great topic, and some resolutions I want to bring before we kind of, I guess, bring it to an end is to love yourself, develop confidence in yourself. As far as don't let anybody tell you what you should look like, or that you're not good enough if you wear your natural hair. You're not good enough because you don't have lashes on, or you don't have weave down to your feet. Don't ever let this artificial stuff, because your body is made a certain way, you want to embrace yourself as you are, the beauty that God has given you and put in you. You want to embrace that, because listen, no, God made you the way you are, and nobody can take that from you. So you have to be grateful for how the way God created you. And you're different from everybody else that's out there. So why we all try to look alike nowadays, I don't understand, when we all were created so differently. We're all created different, but we all want to look alike nowadays. Um, Merely, you said America has always pushed a Eurocentric ideology. All women trying to look like white Barbie dolls is what they want the standard to be, and that standard is dying. I never thought of white Barbie dolls. I guess you're right, because that is what the Barbie doll looks like. Long hair, really long hair, makeup. Wow. I never thought about that. And it's so funny. Now the Barbie movie is out. So I guess they're trying to keep that trend, right? Because the Barbie movie's out. I haven't seen it, but That trend is dying. Thank God. I'm glad it's dying. And you guys heard about the woman, well, not the woman, what's his name? The comedian's child's mother who died on the table and she was going to get an operation. She looked so good already. She looked it great, but she went to go get another operation or surgery and she ended up dying. And that is so sad that we are actually, going this far to these lengths to just look some type of way, to look like a Barbie. Oh, yep, DC Young Fly. DC Young Fly, his child's mother. She died, 3 children, and she looked perfect. I didn't see anything wrong with her. But society is making us want to be so perfect that we are willing to go under the knife and lose our lives to look a certain way instead of just being, what God created us to be, being the woman that God created. He called you to be. Like, God didn't make anything, any junk. He said we're fearfully and wonderfully made. So why do we have to try to go and be and look like each other? We're just looking like each other. We're not even looking any way different. So it's like, no wonder why men nowadays don't really care about this, the BBLs and things anymore, because every woman looks just alike. Every woman has the same body. They have the same hair, same hairstyle, same everything is the same. So there is nothing unique about the woman. Tony, I see you said that it's very sad. Yep, it's sad. You did say love yourself first. Yes, if you don't learn to love yourself, you'll constantly be buying artificial things to make you feel like you're worthy of love, because your regular self, you don't feel like you're worthy of that. And you take these things to make it, make you feel better about yourself. Hey Dre, I see you said real men getting tired of the fake. Ooh, yeah, I'm starting to see it. I'm seeing a lot of men, like, listen, I was trying to find this TikTok or this other video my friend was telling me about. The guy was like, women are talking about they want a real man, they want this and that, but they're all fake. Your lashes are fake, your hair is fake, your make everything about you is fake, your butt, everything. So how do you want a real man when everything about you is fake? I was like, dang, I can't even, we can't really even combat that with anything because it's the truth. Everything on the woman nowadays is fake. And how can we expect a man to be real when everything we have on is fake? Like everything. Our nails are fake. And I wear nails too. It's nothing wrong with it. But it's all need to be done in moderation. Dre, you said he was right. Yeah, he said it. And it was a very controversial topic. A lot of people was kind of upset, of course, women, because they like, listen, I could wear my weave and all this good stuff. And you can wear your weave. Some men like weave, but I think, like I said, 90% of men don't like weave. They don't like artificial things. They prefer you to just wear your natural hair. Hey Chanel. Tony, you said the attitude fake as well. Yeah, the attitude, that's what I'm saying. The attitudes are fake. They're actually attitudes are brung about wearing all this fake stuff, just I think changes your attitude. Like seriously, no lie. I've worn it. And like when I'm like this, look at my hair now, y'all. I'm so peaceful. But don't let me get my hair, don't let me get fine on you. And you gotta, it's a problem. Nah, don't talk to me. I look too good. Nah, I'm playing. But that's the truth. I'm for real, y'all. If it's some ladies on here, tell the truth, y'all. Hey, Rita. Rita's laughing, so Rita know what I'm talking about. And Rita is my sister friend. Rita is a natural woman, natural hair. She's always been natural. I've rarely ever seen her wear anything but that. So now the trend is catching back up with her. You know, and she loves it. Men, they love it. She gets hit on all the time because they like, your hair is beautiful. Look, she said yes, ma'am. But no, honestly, seriously, Chanel, you said men have their wigs and spray painted on. She said y'all be spray painting on y'all hair and y'all be having wigs too. Y'all 27 pieces trying to get a hairline. Oh my god. Okay, that was funny. Okay, Tony, you heard that? No. Hey Ramona, you said this man said he blames other men for fake stuff on women. He said, stop approaching women with fake stuff. Every time you do, it makes it seem okay. So is that why the women are not getting the men like they want? Oh wow. So if you stop approaching these women that got all this fake stuff on, then guess what? The women will stop wearing it. Mm. I wonder if that's true. I mean, I think it's on a down spiral, but I don't know if they're gonna stop altogether because women are it's like an addiction. Weave, lash, it's like an addiction and get it costs us so much money. It is like not cheap, but it's like an addiction. Like, oh my God, I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get this long weave to my butt and my nails just like down here. Like it's almost an addiction. I'm not lying. Like it's really hard to say, and it's crazy, it's a bad addiction too, because addictions usually aren't good for you. You love them, but they're very expensive because weave, y'all know how much weave costs? And if you get some good weave, people are paying $700 for weave, $700 for weave. If you don't go natural for nothing else, just go for your pockets, okay? Because at this point, I ain't paying no $700 for weave. I don't know, ladies, are y'all Rita, you paying that? Chanel, are you paying $700? Because I'm not just not doing it. It's getting outrageous, and that's the reason why the beauty supplies can charge us this type of price because they know we gonna buy it because we're so stuck on image. We're so stuck on the outward appearance, and our inside, our personality is stinks. Like our personality is horrible, but the outside is beautiful. And guess what? Like most men, you see them sometimes you see men with an ugly woman and you be like, he's fine. How did he get her? Or what how did she get him? And it's because her personality is there. She may not look much, but her inside is good. Like her personality is there. Um so merely said women swear they do all of that for themselves and each other. Ah, I can honestly say, um I think it's partial. Some women are doing this for themselves. However, it is for men as well. Because why else would you be wanting to look this fine? You could just stay at home and you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying. I could put a hat on and run to the store or do whatever I need. You know what I'm saying. Now, when you go out somewhere, you do want to look nice. That is for yourself, but you also, again, women are just made to like attention. We like to be we like that affection and to told we're pretty to be told that we look nice. That's just what women like, and it's the way God created us, so it's nothing wrong with liking compliments. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how we're created. So I can honestly say, when we say, oh, we're wearing all this, getting BBLs for ourselves, somewhat I think it is for yourself because it's competition with other ladies. But then on the flip side is actually for the men as well, because that's who you're dating, right? That's who you're wanting someone to date you. So you're doing it for both. It's not just yourself. Chanel, you said yes, it's very expensive to keep up. It is. Rita says she don't wear weave. She doesn't wear weave. No, Rita does not wear weave. Chanel, you said you wore a press on before. You don't care. Exactly. I'll wear a press on too. It's not that serious. When you are confident in yourself and you know who you are, it doesn't even matter to you, especially if you already got a man too. It's like you don't even got to do all that. I mean, you want to still look nice for your man, you do. But what I'm saying is like it's just it's too much with all this artificial stuff nowadays. Merely you said plain Janes are where it's at for real. Okay. And then Ramona, you said it's for attention. Yeah, it is. It is attention. It's to grab unnecessary attention at that, because now you're getting too much attention and then you want to be acting like, oh no, get on. Don't talk to me. Well, that's why you got all this done is for the attention, especially the BBLs. I cannot say that. I mean, that's probably like 70% attention from other men, but then also it's competition with women, because women got them. So now I got to have a better BBL or butt than you have. I think it's probably more BBLs than there is real butts nowadays. Like big butts. Seriously. I really honestly believe that. Honestly. And Chanel, you said yes because men are visual. Yeah. Yep. Men are definitely visual. So when they're looking at women, it attracts them. It's like, oh, she fine. Now I think there are some men out here who desire a woman who has the weave, who has the hair, the nails, the makeup. Those are more men, I think, more like a really higher maintenance man. I think that they just out in the streets or something. I don't know. But there are some, and they require their woman to keep up in that aspect. And that aspect of keeping up is really hard because every day you can't be a 10 every day. I mean, you can be a 10. Let me take that back. But you can't be perfect every day, right? You know how we come out when we take our pictures. Most of the time we looking perfect on there. We don't usually even take bad pictures. And that's not realistic because every day you don't look like that. When you wake up, you don't look like that. You know, you have to put the wig on, put the makeup on, put the lashes on, and then you transform into something else. So we have to be realistic with ourselves and understand that, listen, this is who I am. Let me embrace who I am. And then once I embrace who I am, then you know what I'm saying? I won't have a problem with when I wear something, it won't go to my head or it won't be for attention because I'm just wearing it because I like it at this point and I just want to. Like for my birthday, I did wear some weave. You know, I had me a nice quick weave. It was so pretty and cute. But, it wasn't something like, "Oh my god," you know what I'm saying? "I'm not used to this. I'm just gonna go here," you know what I'm saying, "and be this fine. I'm just too fine to even talk to anybody." I just that's not how it was. It was just something on a special occasion. Um, Merely said, "Men hate BBLs low key." Now, I don't know, y'all. I have been seeing some things about BBLs and how they feel, but he said men hate BBLs. So, I don't think anybody on here got one, so, let me stop. But no, I've been hearing that a lot too. Like, so women start going back to natural. That's the solution because we're gonna talk about some solutions. Solutions would be to love yourself, gain confidence in who you are. Like even with me and my hair, how I got it right. I didn't do anything to it but take out my twisties and I'm embracing it. It may not be the look of this long, flowy hair, but it still looks nice and it's my culture. My culture, we have kinky hair. We this is our hair. Why do we want to cover it up with weave of someone else's hair? And I get it. I wear weave too. I'm not saying don't wear weave. I'm saying learn to embrace your natural hair. So that way, you know what I'm saying? If like me, I haven't got anything done in my hair and I don't know if whether I want to go to braids or not. So for right now, I just been putting these plaits in my hair and I wear them to the store too. And so that's the thing. When you are not confident in yourself, you won't go to the store looking like this. You'll be like, oh no, I got to do something to my hair because it's a hot mess. And so we have to get more confident in ourselves as far as wearing our natural hair, wearing our natural, everything about us need to be natural. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with weave. I'm just saying that let's start embracing it more and loving ourselves more because they say, I'm telling you, the women that are not made up, not with all this long hair, they get more of the men. So if you're looking for a man, that there you go. Also, I would say the resolution would be First Peter 3:3, and it says, "Do not let your beauty consist of outward things like elaborate hairstyles, wearing gold jewelry, or fine clothes, but rather what is inside the heart, the imperishable quality of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of a great worth in God's sight." And that's meaning being humble. So don't let your appearance make you so you so worried about your appearance. I'm so worried about I got to get my hair looking this way, I got to be looking this way and that way, my makeup done this way, that I forget to be humble because all of that stuff is pride. It comes as a form of pride because you can't be humble when you're made up, right? You think you're a goddess, right? You just think you're Beyonce at this point or whatever. But that's where pride stems from. This is why the Bible tells you don't do all those things. Don't try to make yourself more. Don't try to put all this jewelry on. Don't try because it's going to bring a spirit of pride. When you just live in, the way your hair is, if you try to be more natural, it brings more of a humble effect to you. And you are not trying to be so prideful in somebody that you're not. So that's a good resolution, I think. Do you guys have anything to add to it? Any resolutions to us actually being more natural? Because honestly, this trend of like the baddie trend is actually on a down spiral. Honestly, I can see it. I don't see women, getting like men even dating those women like that. Sometimes you see it, like celebrities and things like that, but just average men, which we're average women, we need average men, they're not going for all of that. They don't desire all of that. They don't need all of that. And so I just think that that's a good solution is to always understand that the most important thing is the inside and not the outside, meaning your personality, the way you treat people, how you talk to people. That's going to be the most important thing outside of how your hair looks, how your lashes look, how your makeup looks. So if you take that with you, that's going to solve all of your problems. If you understand that even the Bible is telling you don't get caught up in all of this, this fad of putting makeup on and this, all of this. It's okay to wear it, and but just don't make it your life, because it's depressing, because when you don't have it, then you don't even want to go out, because you're like, mm-mm, can't nobody see me like this. Ramona, you said they need a baddie in the kitchen. Ain't no baddies in the kitchen. They are too bad to go cook some food, girl. That's funny. But that's all I have for you guys. I'm at 30 minutes and I'm trying to stay there. And this is a good dialogue. I'm glad. Thank you guys for coming on. There will be a replay. If you want to share this, feel free to do so. Also, this is streamed live over to YouTube. If you want to subscribe to my channel at YouTube, go to Heart of the Matter podcast, and you'll see all of my videos there, as well as you can check me out on Spotify, Google, all the podcast platforms. The same replay will be there as well. And we're going to be discussing next week. I have a couple topics that was given to me. Ramona, one topic I haven't figured out an actual title for it yet, that you gave me. And then I also had in line polygamy. We're going to discuss that. Relationships. Also, we're going to be discussing a topic as far as, why a lot of Christian men, because this is a Christian platform, why a lot of Christian men are going to other religions like Islam, and, just going to these other religions. What is driving our men to other religions when they have proclaimed that they love, the God we serve, and now they're into um a whole nother religion. So we want to get down to that. I want a lot of men on. Hopefully I can get some men to actually come on and talk about this topic. Oh, also, the next topic we're going to do, if Tony's still on here, he's going to be my host next week. We're going to do this because he asked about this topic a long time ago and I forgot. It's about women, and women treating their sons like a king. So that's the topic we're gonna definitely do next week, because it's been put on the back burner for a long time. So Tony, if he's still on here, he's gonna actually be my co-host, and we're gonna discuss that topic of why women, a lot of times, we treat our sons better than we treat our men. And then your son, he's gonna leave and go get his own wife, and he's not gonna no longer be there. But a lot of times, that's our king, and we admire them more than the men that are even in our lives. And I get it, because I have 3 sons, and they are your heart, just like a daddy and a daughter. It's like it's just a different type of love there. But we want to get to the bottom of why women are actually making their sons their man at this point, and it shouldn't be the case. So, but that's all I have for you guys. Please share, like, love the video, and we're gonna we want to continue this podcast to grow. Um, and that's all I have for you guys. So I will see you guys on next week. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.